Let's revise working out the fraction of a whole. We also just sometimes call them of sums. Now, the quick shortcut that we've learned in grade 6 still applies, and when it works, it's a nice easy way to solve them. So what I want to start with is say divide by the bottom. So 144 I need to divide by 12. I'm doing that to figure out how big 1/12 of 144 will be. So 144 divided by 12. Okay, so that gives me 12. And then I also need to, after dividing by the bottom, I need to times by the top. So I now need to times by 7. And that gives me 84. Right, but what if I get an of sum that won't go in? So if I do 3/4 of 14 and I start and I want to do my divide by the bottom and I go 14 divided by 4. Oh no, that doesn't give me a whole number as an answer, and that complicates it a little. So in this case, I would like to use a different method. In this case, I'm going to change the of to a times. So of is the same as times. I'm going to rewrite the sum 3/4 times, and I need to write the whole number 14 in fraction form, so I'm going to say 14 over 1. Now remember, when I multiply with common fractions, I can just do the top number times the top one and the bottom one times the bottom one. So I'm going to say 3 times 14, that's 42. And I'm going to say 4 times 1, and that's 4. This method usually gets me to an improper fraction that can still be simplified. So I have to look at simplifying and then writing it as a mixed number in any order. You can firstly write it as a mixed number and then simplify, or other way around. I think the easiest is to start by halving the numerator and the denominator, because I can see they're both even numbers. So that's 21 over 2. And now that I look at that, it's the simplified one. I can easily write it as a mixed number. 2 goes into 20 10 times. Now 2 times 10 is 20. And the difference between 20 and 21 is 1. And there we have our answer. Next, what if we don't have an of sum, but we just have a normal times sum between not a fraction and a whole number, but two common fractions? So if I do 6/12 times 24 over 30, yes, we're going to be able to do top times top and bottom times bottom. But these numbers are quite big. I might need to scribble a bit to work it out, and I can already see that my final answer is going to need a lot of simplifying in this case. So I find it easier to simplify straight from the start. That saves me a lot of trouble. Look at 6/12. 6/12, 6 is half of 12. That's the easiest way to see that that's a half. 24 over 30, well, they're both even numbers. So I at least now I could half them to give me 12 over 15, but that can both still divide by 3. So actually I can divide both of these by 6. And that's going to give me 4 over 5. Now look how easy this is. It's much easier. Instead of doing 6 times 24, I'm now only doing 1 times 4. The answer is the same size. It's just already written in a simpler way. If I look at 4/10, it's not simplified all the way yet. I can still half both of them to get 2/5.